Okay, I'm going to label this video temperature / cooling. Basically showing you how to get accurate temperature readings from your computer hardware. So anyway, as you can see here, there is a tiny wire back here that leads right underneath the CPU block. All my caps are removed, by the way. There's that monitor working with the 2 laptop inverters powering it. As you can see, it works just fine, running off of a computer power supply. So anyway, there is another temperature meter wire that I'm not using at the moment, which is for the GTX right here. Ever since I did the mount mod on the GTX, I have never really needed to monitor the temperatures that closely. Basically, if it's dirty, I clean it, and that's about it, because it doesn't get that hot anymore. Here is the EVGA system running. As you can see, I have quite the assortment of different fans for various uses. As you can see, this spot doesn't have much room, so we have a little old video card cooler chopped, which is perfect for that power management thing. Keeps it nice and cool. Fan for the RAM. So that's that system. Mine is actually an Optron 165 running 3 gigahertz. It's getting on in age now, and I'm going to be replacing it soon, actually. One of the friends you will run into are devices like this. This is a pork tester, or a meat tester of some sort. As you can see, it says 27. I was actually just double checking the accuracy of my core probe, because I thought it was leading me astray. See if I can pull this out without my fingers getting bit here. And I know a lot of people are really iffy about static. Oh, it actually decided to keep my temperature probe. Oh, I'll get that back later. I can still use this to show you. Okay. So here we have a couple CPUs. One with a cap, one that I have removed. As Dan said in the video, as he found out, unfortunately. I tried to warn him ahead of time, but you know how us overclockers are. We always gotta try it, right? So yeah, be careful, because some of these cores are actually soldered to the CPU cap, so they are quite difficult to get off. Oh, this temperature meter seems to be wrong. That's the other thing. Some temperature meters have a different reading than others because the resistance level for the machinery is different. That's unfortunate. That's a nice long probe, but I can show you. Okay, here I have another one, a short one. Hang on. Oh. It's not cooperating, but as you can see, 24. No, it's not going to stay in. Anyway, you get one of these that works properly. You'll know when they give you a proper reading, because it'll, register with room temperature thermometers and everything. It'll be accurate. And then what I do is just use some clear tape to tape the probe as close as possible to the core in one of these gaps so that it's not too high. And that will give you, within at least a couple degrees, exactly what your core is, instead of trying to go off software management, which is a lot of times not very reliable. So that's what I would recommend for temperature meters. So something like this, or if you hold on one second, these outdoor meters also work nice. As you can see, 26 degrees. All I've done is drilled a couple holes in the front so that the wire could be replaced and comes out the front. Also, we have another outdoor meter right here, which is wired down to my processor. The bottom one is actually my current CPU temp at idle. 27 degrees, 28 degrees, and this one over here is actually my water temperature, 26.4. The CPU is actually really finicky. I can't run a CPU temperature lower than 20 degrees or it will freeze on me for some reason. But I have heard of some CPUs having the cold bug, and I have also the friggin' website there showing stupid ads. I have heard of a couple video cards, and I have had a couple video cards with the cold bug. So I'm sure there's a couple CPUs out there with it too. But that's about it for the cooling. Just grab a couple of these outdoor temperature meters. You might have to try a couple different types because, like I said, some of them the resistance levels are different, so you might have to play with them until you get one that works properly with the temperature meters that you can get. And then you will get accurate temperatures from your cores, which are hard to get at. And you won't need to rely on, software, which is a lot of times inaccurate on video cards and CPUs. For instance, this video card reads 40 degrees idle, but if I check my temperature, which is touching the cap, it'll probably tell me about 25. So it's, really hard to judge what's accurate. The CPU one is so close that it pretty well has to be accurate. And it goes up with games and, benchmark programs and everything, so it's accurate when it's going up properly and you got it right next to the core. You can also do that on chipsets. Take off the heatsink and put it right next to the core of the chipset. Put the heatsink back on so you know what your chipset temperatures are. A lot of video cards you can also do that. Just take it apart, put the probe as close to the core as you can, and put it all back together, and you'll get a fairly accurate temperature reading. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the videos. That's some of my crazy setups with the dual power supplies and dual water pumps. It's a dual core, so it had to have dual everything except SLI, because I never really had much luck with SLI, and I always figured, well, just go with one big video card, then you never really have any problems. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the videos, and hopefully I'll get the King running soon so I can have some fun with that beast.